friends, welcome to Heal and Grow with Sarah. I decided to talk more about ants today since last week people seemed to enjoy them. Wait, what are you guys doing down there? Hey, that's my picnic basket. I was going to eat that later. I guess I need to clarify again, automatic negative thoughts, ants, not you. Bye, guys. Okay, today I'll be talking about 3 more types of distorted thinking. Black and white thinking, catastrophizing, and labeling. For black and white thinking, you tend to perceive everything at the extremes with very little room for a middle ground, such as black and white, good or bad, and you don't notice anything in between. And the greatest danger could be how you end up judging yourself, such as, I'm perfect, or I'm a failure, and there's no room for mistakes. Therefore, try to look at more than 2 options. Try to look for other possibilities that might be in between those extremes. So why don't we add back in some more shades here and go back to color? That's better, isn't it? The next is catastrophizing. Catastrophizing is not a bunch of cats looking at astronomy while philosophizing. As funny as that may be, catastrophizing is making every little thing into a catastrophe and expecting disaster. Such as there's a problem and what if this happens to me and what if tragedy strikes? There's really no limits to the thoughts except the limits of your imagination. Possibly an underlying catalyst for this style of thinking is that you do not trust yourself and your capacity to adapt to change. That's why your brain is planning for any possible situation so you can feel in control. For example, my boss needs to speak to me. Uh-oh, I probably did something wrong. I'm going to get fired. I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to end up on the streets. Granted, the likelihood of most of the situations actually happening are probably very, very small and not worth your time and stress. But I get it. I used to do this all the time. And I think the way I combat this is to be mindful and realize I'm doing it again, and I try to move on. Keep going with my life and not go down that rabbit hole. Also, I try and trust that I'll have the capacity to adapt to change because life is always changing. And the last one is labeling. For this, you assign global, meaning it's true for every situation, negative traits to yourself and others. For example, I'm so stupid, or he's such an arrogant jerk. Labeling ignores all contrary evidence, creating a view of the world that can be stereotyped and one-dimensional. Granted, each label may contain a tiny grain of truth, but it's often a snap judgment, prejudice, or just negative self-talk. Labels do not define us. Instead of judging ourselves and others, we can forgive everyone for not being perfect because we're all human and no one is perfect. Try not to make a snap judgment and instead look at all the factors and evidence when determining people's characteristics. Overall, be kind to yourself and to others. Thanks for watching. Which ants do you have the hardest time with? And if you have other suggestions, what do you do to try and combat them? Put them in the comments below. Be kind. You never know what someone is going through. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.